Well, overnight, there's a really cool sight that's going to be visible in the sky. And joining me is Andrea Jones, a science communicator from NASA. Good morning, Andrea. This is so cool. We've got a total lunar eclipse. Talk to me about this.
Yes, so we are going to have a total lunar eclipse early tomorrow morning. It will be the last total lunar eclipse visible from the US until 2025. So definitely check it out. So we're going to have the sun, earth, and moon line up in space. At around 4:09 a.m. Eastern, the moon will begin entering into Earth's deep shadow. So it'll start looking like it has a bite taken out of it. And then at 5:17 a.m., the moon will pass into the darkest part of Earth's shadow, and it will turn a brilliant coppery red color until a little before 6:45 a.m. So then you'll see the moon with a bite taken out of it on the other side, and that bite will get smaller and smaller until it exits the moon shadow or the Earth shadow after it sets. So we're going to get a great total view and some pretty good partial views.
Oh, that's awesome. And we've got pretty good conditions as a meteorologist, looking forward to it. Forecast here is mainly clear to partly cloudy around Norfolk and Hampton Roads. So we're super excited. Now, you mentioned again the moon turning red, called a blood moon. Why does it take on that reddish tint?
Well, the moon turns red during a lunar eclipse for kind of a cool reason. So when the moon passes into Earth's shadow, the Earth blocks most of the light from the sun. But the sunlight that does reach the moon had to travel through a really thick chunk of Earth's atmosphere. So just like at sunrise and sunset, the sky turns a bit red. If you were standing on the moon during a lunar eclipse, you would see that red. It's all the sunrises and sunsets on Earth being projected onto the moon at that time that turns the moon red during a lunar eclipse.
So cool. And yeah, the red wavelength's the longest wavelength, so that's why it can get through the atmosphere. Cool stuff there, Andrea. I love it. All right, so now this is something that I am so excited about. We're coming up on the 50th anniversary of Apollo 17. So that was the last time humans walked on the moon. And in just a few weeks, NASA's going to make its next attempt to launch the Mega Moon rocket that will carry humans back to the moon. Tell us more about NASA's Artemis program.
Yeah, with the Artemis missions, NASA is sending people back to the moon, with partners around the world. So we're going to go to the South Pole, which is an amazing place that will help us learn so much about the moon. And that's where we're starting. But we're using new technology that will allow us to explore more of the moon surface than we ever have before. And we're going to set up a long-term presence on the moon. And then we're going to take what we learn on and around the moon and get our astronauts to Mars. So it's really an incredible time.
Andrea, I may throw a little curveball at you here, but I have been arguing with people, doubters and everything about the original moon landing, for the longest time, say, we're going to get back, we're going to get back. Why do you think it's taken so long for us to get back to the moon?
Oh, what an excellent question. So I don't really know. As a scientist, I come from a community where we are all eager to go back, but I guess the time is just right in terms of, countries coming together, people coming together, commercial entities coming together. The interest is there and, the public interest is there. And so together we're going to be able to do this. It's going to be amazing.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I just know the time is now. Let's get back there. Now, NASA's been studying the moon with just amazing detail for 13 years with the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. And it turns out there's a lot more going on with the moon. It's a lot more dynamic than maybe a lot of folks had thought. What are some of your favorite things that we've learned?
Well, so many things, but some of my favorites are that dynamic piece. So we're watching new impact craters forming in front of our eyes with our Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. And that's helping us better understand, what's hitting the Earth and the moon and other planets in our solar system and understand impact cratering throughout our entire system. We're also finding cool things we don't understand. So these terrains that are really unusual, and I love a good mystery. And just recently, we found a pit on the moon's surface and a little below that is about 63 degrees Fahrenheit inside pretty consistently. So that's a very comfortable temperature maybe for our astronauts on the moon. And that is just so incredible.
Yeah, that's crazy. I had not heard about that. Now, I have a feeling, you know, if you think about this, it's going to make sense, but why do you think we want to send our astronauts back? I mean, I know we explore, but this is kind of something that could set us up for even more exploration. Am I right?
Absolutely. So, I mean, with the Apollo program, it was a long time ago, but we are still learning things that are from Apollo. So we have moon rocks that are amazing, and we knew exactly where they came from. And so they are really, really important to understanding what's going on at the moon. So learning so much today. And then with Artemis, we're going to learn even more about different areas on the moon that we've never been before. We're going to investigate ices trapped at the lunar poles and find out, you know, the history of what's been happening in the lunar environment for a very long time. And that will all help us as we want to reach out further into the solar system to Mars and beyond.
Yeah, I just think we can learn so much. It can then be applied to maybe Mars exploration down the road. Andrea, it is such a treat to talk to you. I absolutely love this, and I could talk on and on and on. Let's get some more information. Where can our viewers go to learn more about the moon, about Artemis, and all the great work that's being done right now by the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter?
So you can go to moon.nasa.gov and follow NASA Moon on Twitter and Facebook. And be sure, if you can, to go outside and look up. It's a beautiful moon up there.
It's going to be awesome. Andrea, before I let you go, what would you say to young boys and girls that may be interested in science and all of this? I mean, this is really an exciting time. NASA's done amazing work for a long time, obviously, but this is really a cool thing that we're coming into. What would you tell the kids?
I would say pay attention, ask mom and dad and see what can you learn. We're providing a lot more information on our websites and on social media if mom and dad can help you follow along with some pieces of exploration that you're particularly interested in. And then check out your community. We're working with lots of libraries, with lots of schools. If this is something that you're interested in, maybe tell mom and dad and we can try to figure out how to connect with you in your community, or come find us. We're always happy to answer your questions and help you learn more.
Andrea, thank you so much. It is so much fun to talk to you, and obviously a lot of excitement right now around the program. We'll look forward to hearing how things go, and we'll look forward to more communication and more talks.
Excellent. Thanks so much.